Hey everyone, this is David Brown with the migration update for May 21st, 2022 from the Braddock Bay Hawk Watch. Today had periods of sun and clouds. In the morning it was kind of sunny but hazy, and then it clouded over a bit mid-morning. The winds were a favorable southwest winds, but things were a little slow to get going in the morning. This photo was taken just before noon when the sky was starting to clear up a little bit, and just afternoon, we had maybe an hour or two of a decent broad-winged migration. That was the peak of the day. And then afterwards, the wind shifted and there wasn't much throughout the rest of the afternoon. Here we have a green heron that flew by and then came back and landed in a tree. Here we have a juvenile broad-winged hawk. And notice that there's no patagial bars on broadwings. Whenever I show red tails, I always show those. But notice there's no patagial bars, and also notice that most of these young broadwings are molting these inner primary feathers here, so you'll see gaps in the wing just as they replace those feathers. So we can compare it to this juvenile red tail, which does have the dark patagial bars, and just a larger bird overall, more distinct belly band. Here we have an immature bald eagle. This is a second-year bird. You can see it's got the white belly, and we can also see that it's got these longer retained juvenile feathers that contrast with the shorter, darker replaced feathers. So this is a bird that would have been born 2 summers ago. And following it was another very white bald eagle, but I believe this was a juvenile born last year. We see an even trailing edge to the wing, but just super, super white throughout the wings and also on the breast and belly, which is less common to see on these juvenile birds. But we can really see that dark head, which is typical of juveniles. And the other thing that really caught the light was this area here. There's a lot of white. I'm not even sure where that is. I guess it's partially like the side of the neck or something. But it's just a super, super white juvenile bald eagle, something we don't typically see. Here we have another juvenile broad-winged hawk. So again, the same field marks, no dark patagial bars. You see that it's molting these inner primary feathers. No dark trailing edge to the wing because it's a juvenile, and plainer tail pattern because it's a juvenile. And also the streaking on the breast is more of a vertical streaking rather than the horizontal barring of the adults. Around 2 o'clock, there was a nasty looking thunderstorm that passed us to the north out over the lake, but we never got any rain from it. And after that, the wind shifted to the northwest and really cooled things down, and that pretty much shut the hawk flight down. But after that, we did have some really nice looks at common nighthawks. So I'll just go through a couple of photos of those. Here we can see the typical silhouette, if you see it from below. Just really long, lanky, pointed wings, long, skinny tail, and these white patches on the wings are also a good field mark. And the males have these really distinctive white patches under the chin and on near the tip of the tail as well. Here we have another look at a nighthawk. And usually when we're identifying these from a distance, we're just going off of the flight style and shape. They're so unique. They're kind of a intermediate sized bird. There's not really anything you would confuse them with. You know, they're larger than swallows, but smaller than most raptors. But when we get a good look, it's always interesting to take note of these white patches. You have one on each wing, the one on the throat, and the one on the tail. And one final look at a nighthawk. And remember, these are insect eaters, so they're just flying around catching bugs. They're actually in the nightjar family, along with things like whippoorwills and chuckwills widows. Sometimes you'll also hear them called goat suckers based on an old myth that they would suck the blood of goats or something. If we take a look at the eBird checklist, I had 60 species today, and that was without doing any warbler walk. This was just from the platform. And if we take a look at hawk count for our migrant raptor totals today, 120 turkey vultures, 7 ospreys, 42 bald eagles, 8 northern harriers, 2 sharp-shinned hawks, 1 Cooper's hawk, 777 broad-winged hawks, 18 red-tailed hawks, 2 American kestrels, and 1 peregrine falcon, for a total of 978 migrant raptors today. And if we take a look at the forecast, unfortunately, it seems like we're coming to the end of these few good days of migration. Tomorrow is looking cloudy with showers, high around 70, winds west at 10 to 20 miles per hour. And I think actually the wind is starting more southwest in the morning, so it's a good wind direction, but it looks like it'll be pretty gloomy with some rain showers. So overall, not favorable conditions for the species we're seeing this time of year, like broadwings and bald eagles and turkey vultures. So we might get a little bit of migration, but without that sunshine to generate thermals, we probably won't get a whole lot of broadwings and things like that. For Monday, we're looking at mostly cloudy with a high in the upper 50s, so much cooler. Winds north-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. So overall, I would expect light migration just because of those northerly winds, although they are fairly light, but still with the cool temperatures. If there's anything migrating, those winds will be pushing them away from the lakeshore. And for Tuesday, we're looking at partly cloudy and then cloudy, high around 60. Winds east-northeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour, so less favorable wind direction, somewhat of a lake breeze, and just would expect light migration on that day. All right, that's it for today, and looks like a few slower days coming up, but hopefully we'll have at least a few more good days before the end of the season. We're coming up on the end here. We go until the end of May, so just about a week and a half as we finish up the last 10 days or so of the count. If you liked this video, please hit the like button and be sure to subscribe and hit the notifications bell so you don't miss any of these daily updates from the Braddock Bay Hawk Watch. This is David Brown. Thanks for watching.